Keep going here. I'm just trying to check everything out here. Okay, well, I think we've gotten everything we can get. So let's go through the broken door. This looks safe. Anybody in the chat? No? Okay. Whoa!
Whoa.
It'd be funny if I could actually splat something from here. Alright, so we're at the top. There's more story for you.
The king was so frustrated with the messy, demanding people of his kingdom that he decided to start over. One morning he painted a boat and set off to find the perfect spot. He told himself he'd come back someday to finish what he had started, but of course, he never did.
What a king. Oh, this is a really obvious one. Only missing one balloon from this level, not bad. I'll come back for it later, don't worry. Ready? Woo!
For the first time in weeks, Monroe felt good. He felt even better when the wind pushed him close enough to reach the Swan. He was feeling so good, in fact, that he forgot all about his fear of heights. But when the Swan wriggled free and Monroe fell over the side, he remembered almost immediately. That might have been the end of Monroe, if this were a shorter story, but it isn't, which is why Monroe's troubles were just beginning.
If this were a shorter story. There's only 4 chapters. So we're about 1/4 of the way through it. Woohoo!
Monroe scrambled out of the water and found himself in a massive city with no sign of the Swan or anyone else. Well, except someone's enormous pair of feet. These were attached to a giant who could have been a big help in catching the Swan, but unfortunately, here was the laziest giant who had ever lived, and it was his day off. Having celebrated in his usual way, he was now sleeping it off and quite unable to hear Monroe
really
yell.
Want to wake up a giant like that.
While he was looking for a way to wake the giant, Monroe noticed something even better. A floating ship.
It's got 2 balloons. So this time, instead of paint, you have water. Which is so cool. I love this. I thought they got really creative with this. Where we get the Swan? After him! There's the gigantic giant's toe. Boy! Oh, that's amazing. Alright, well, let's see here. Woo! But I can't go up here, so I want to see what's in here. Nothing! Cool! Alright. So let's go across the bridge. I absolutely love this game. I bought it because I played Journey and Flower and all those kind of indie games, and of course, you know, PlayStation, all the stores they do it, but made a recommendation. They're like, hey, you might like this game. And I was like, yeah, right now. And then I played it, and I was, I forget, I don't know. Maybe I was just out of games or something. But anyway, I finally caved, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh my god, this game's amazing. And then I told everybody to buy it. Oh wait, there's more story for us. And what's really cool about the water is it disappears. So you gotta be really fast. It's not like the black paint.
Before he discovered painting, the king was a potter. He loved the simplicity of a well-spun pot. So when his subjects complained that his new city was too austere and that there was nowhere to relieve themselves, the king ignored them. But when they started relieving themselves in his pots, the king hastily built them a sewer system.
Oh, that's kind of messed up. And I just knocked over a whole bunch of those pots, too. That's amazing. Alright, here we go. Whoa! Okay, guess I can't go in there. Break the pots! Oh, I can't break the pots. Oh, hit dirt. Yeah, I think that's... There's the giant. Alright.
Sometimes the giant wondered about where all the people in the city had gone. Mostly he worried they might come back and ask him to clean their gutters or put out their fires. But they never did, and that was why the giant, who was the laziest that had ever lived, was also the happiest.
Yay, look water! And with the water, the sea monsters. Oh, that's right. I found it when I came back over that way. Whoa, okay. I don't actually think the little boy can swim. Like, if I fall in the water, I think it just resets me. Oh shoot, that didn't go anywhere. Can I go down now? Well, let's try this. Maybe up here? Yeah, I think this is it. Scary! Oh, there's a balloon nearby. Super nearby. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, hey! I never found that before! Cool. Obviously, I never found that before, because it was still there. Okay, well, we can't go that way, so let's go up the stairs here. Is this not the coolest game ever? Just in love. It's so creative. Alright, let's... There we go. I think I got all these balloons. Alright, think I can do it? Oh my... Good. Nope, didn't do it. Alright, let's try again. Ignore that! I think you're actually supposed to do that, but I mean, I know you're supposed to do that, but I forget how to jump. Nope, not even close. Ah, I hate this. Alright, I think I'm supposed to look up while I jump, and then he will catch it. I hope. Before I break his legs. So anyway, I guess I could talk a little bit about Extra Life because, you know, I've asked you people, I've asked my audience for so many years, to please donate, donate, donate. But another thing that you can do to help is if you yourself are a gamer, you can also join Extra Life and be a fundraiser and gamer yourself, which is super fun. You're not required to stream. I just do it because I think it's really cool for people to be able to play the games along with me. Not really, like, I guess it's sort of playing, sort of, watching. And they can make fun of me when I screw up. And hopefully, when they make fun of me, they donate. But anyway, but you can also join up and you can play yourself, and they do not have any rules and restrictions as far as what kinds of games you can play. I mean, you can play card games, you can play board games. It's a great kind of family thing you can do. Get everybody together. One of the guys that I sit on a committee with, he came up with a really cool idea where he plays a whole bunch of different kind of games. He play hide and seek with his family, or he's played just all kinds of really cool stuff, and he records it on his phone in short increments of like 10, well, maybe not 10 seconds, but like, 30 seconds, a minute, 10 minutes, whatever. I don't actually know what I'm doing because I'm distracted while I'm playing, but hey, it's better, right? So anyway, so he records himself with his phone and he posts it to Facebook so people can still check in and watch them play and have a good time, support the good cause. And I'm a huge supporter of Akron Children's Hospital, but I do understand that some people that come in are not from Akron. Or the Akron region, and so you might think to yourself, well, that's great, but that's not my children's hospital. All the money that you donate to Extra Life can go to your local hospital. You don't have to pick Akron Children's. You can pick. We've got a list when you sign up, and you can pick whichever one is your children's hospital, and you can support them directly. So that's another really cool way. I'm just gonna go back here. That's another really cool way that you can support this cool cause by having a good time. You can do it with friends and family, or you can just do it by yourself. The first year I did this, I just played by myself. Oh, I feel kind of dumb. If I would have just stopped and think for a second. Wait for it. Maybe I can go over here. The first year I played by myself, which was fun. It's good to play by yourself, especially if you're playing like a really long game. People can tune in and out and follow your progress. I thought that was kind of cool, where people can see a story from beginning to end. But I do understand that sometimes that can be really difficult to do, or sometimes you just need variety. So the past couple of years, my friends have been coming over, and between the 5 or 6 or however many of us come over, we'll play an assortment of games on game day, which is the fun part. Game day is November 7th, and that's kind of the international fundraiser when everybody just gets together and plays games. So we really had a good time. We played some scary games, we played racing games, frustrating games, funny games, and everybody just laughed and had a good time, and then we could talk a little bit about, why we did it or whatever. But it was fun to see everybody's different play styles and watching people play together. That was the best part. Having a good time. Let's see here. Do I want to look at this? Alright. Okay. I don't remember what I was talking about. People playing together. There was somewhere I wanted to go with that. I forget. Someone will inevitably remind me. But yeah, it's a cool thing to do. And oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna say was they're not picky either. You don't have to play on November 7th. But that's kind of the unofficial official game day where they want the largest amount of people to get on and do it. But if you like, for me, I'm playing in August, well before the November 7th game day, and it's still gonna count towards my Extra Life, and that money's still gonna go to the kids.
As the city filled up with people, the streets filled up with garbage. In a fury, the king painted over the roads with a canal, which swept away the trash, along with some of the slower children. But the water brought something else, a horde of vines which began covering the city.